I was first introduced to Sue, a travel writer, and Jim, a hydrologist, to help them with their weekender. And they were starting the design phase with Ben Callery Architects. And they knew that when the building went up, that it would actually be quite a stark contrast to the rest of the landscape. It would feel a bit bare. And they really wanted me to actually help make the building feel like it belonged in the landscape. When I came up to Hyde Camp and I saw Mount Disappointment and the 360 views, it was just really special. There are some key challenges to the site. As we're perched up quite high, it can get very windy. Also, the wind is very drying, so the conditions are really hard. We have water collection for household use, but we don't have it for the landscape. So everything is not only off-grid, but off irrigation. So there are only so many plants that are native to this area that are able to handle those extreme conditions of 45 degree summer temperatures, still getting frosts in winter, not having much rainfall here. I wanted to really tread lightly and respect the environment and actually just draw in the beauty closer to the dwelling. With the laying out the garden, it was taking the cues from the architecture of the home. The dwelling is very pared back, so the landscape needed to be quite simple, and we've really gone back to the elements. Jim and Sue are leaving the city to come to this off-grid weekender. I wanted to create a sense of a journey when they arrived. So they park up and then they've got this meandering path to the front door. And the front door is a striking colour of burnt orange, and it's also reflected those colour tones in the landscape. Some of the plants on the west side of the garden are myoporum, which is a lovely little ground cover. We've got ruby saltbush. We've also got digger's speedwell. And these are all little low ground covers that welcome you as you arrive to the home. In the north garden, you'll see these beautiful mounds. The soil to create those mounds is from the site cut. And when we were looking at where to position the mounds, we've done so by coming back into the dwelling and actually looking out through the windows to see what views do we want to capture. We didn't want the mounds to distract from the beautiful gum tree. We wanted to nestle it all in, and we wanted also to protect the root zone. You'll also see that there's a stone bench, and the stone has been collected on site, and we had a local stonemason come up here and build this bench over a number of weeks. And we've also got a cord and steel bowl, and that bowl acts as a bird bath and also a fire pit. One of the challenges for the east side of the garden was actually where to finish the garden, where does it end? And the landscape actually provided a solution for us because there was actually a steep gully. So all we had to do was actually create a little bit of a retainer. You don't have to have the garden continuing on, and particularly when you've got a weekender off the grid, you want to keep it compact, you want to keep it manageable. The south side of the garden has a deck for entertaining, and it also has this beautiful rusty gabion wall. The gabion wall is really being put in there to shelter you when you're barbecuing. When I was first approached regarding this project, I knew straight away that I wanted to be involved in it because I loved the simplicity of what Ben had come up with for the off-grid dwelling, and I also knew that a simple landscape treatment would actually amplify the beauty of what he was creating in the wider landscape. I knew straight away what needed to happen, and it really was just paring back to the simple elements. I've used this philosophy in all my designs. Less is best. Select plants that are appropriate for the site. There are many, many native Australians that don't need irrigation, so why not use them? And once you've got your list, let's repeat it. And I think there is real beauty in simplicity.